Welcome back to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today we will dive deep into some explosive new leaks surrounding the heartbreaking departure of the iconic Monica Quartermaine. Fans of ABC General Hospital, brace yourselves for an emotional rollercoaster as fresh insider details emerge about the impending storyline involving Monica Quartermaine's tragic exit. This revelation comes straight from a trusted source that's been spot on with previous scoops, painting a vivid picture of how this pivotal character's death will unfold and ripple through Port Charles. With the real-life passing of beloved actress Leslie Charleson earlier this year in January, the show's creators have chosen to handle Monica's send-off with sensitivity and narrative depth, opting for an off-screen demise that feels both respectful and story-driven. Imagine the quiet serenity of the Quartermaine mansion shattered in the most poignant way possible, Monica slipping away peacefully in her sleep during the night, her final moments unmarked by drama, but setting the stage for an avalanche of family turmoil and unexpected alliances. At the heart of this leak is a shocking twist that places young Danny Morgan right in the center of the discovery. Picture this: Danny, the innocent grandson with his wide-eyed curiosity and unbreakable family bonds, stumbles upon his grandmother's lifeless form in her bedroom one fateful morning. The scene is crafted to be heart-wrenching yet understated, emphasizing the sudden void left in the Quartermaine household. Overwhelmed by the sight, Danny doesn't hesitate. He rushes to alert his great-aunt Tracy Quartermaine, whose sharp wit and fierce protectiveness make her the perfect first responder in this crisis. Tracy, in turn, breaks the devastating news to Jason Morgan, Monica's devoted son, forging a chain of communication that underscores the intricate web of relationships within the family. This sequence isn't just about grief, it's designed to highlight how Monica's passing forces characters to confront their emotions head-on, potentially mending old rifts or igniting new ones. The show's writing team has been vocal about their intentions, stressing that Monica's death won't be reduced to a mere funeral procession or a nostalgic recap of her storied past. Instead, they're aiming to ignite fresh narratives that evolve the dynamics in Port Charles, turning loss into a catalyst for growth and deeper connections. Think of it as a narrative rebirth. Monica's legacy will challenge those closest to her, pushing them to reevaluate loyalties and forge stronger bonds amid the sorrow. Spoilers suggest this event will put the resilience of her loved ones to the ultimate test, revealing hidden strengths and vulnerabilities that could redefine family ties for seasons to come. For instance, we might see subtle hints of reconciliation between estranged relatives, or perhaps new alliances forming as characters band together to honor Monica's memory in unexpected ways. When it comes to who feels the impact most profoundly, the leaks point squarely to Jason and Tracy as the ones bearing the heaviest emotional burden. Jason, with his complex history of distance and redemption, has only recently rebuilt his connection with Monica, making her loss a gut punch that echoes his past traumas. Tracy, ever the no-nonsense matriarch, will likely channel her grief into protective actions for the family, her tough exterior cracking to reveal layers of vulnerability rarely seen. The entire Quartermaine clan, along with their extended network of friends and allies, will be plunged into collective devastation, tears flowing freely as they grapple with the irreplaceable void. Even fans are expected to feel the weight of this moment, given Monica's decades-long presence as the moral compass of the show. To add invented layers of depth, perhaps we'll witness quiet, intimate flashbacks in characters' minds, like Tracy recalling Monica's sharp-tongued advice during family crises, or Jason reflecting on late-night conversations that helped him reclaim his place in the mansion. Beyond the initial discovery by Danny, the leaks expand into the funeral arrangements, promising a gathering that's equal parts somber and star-studded. Representatives from the medical world of General Hospital will pay their respects, with Dr. Britt Westburn bringing her signature blend of sarcasm and sincerity, Dr. Portia Robinson offering compassionate insights from her own experiences with loss, and Dr. Terry Randolph providing a steady, professional presence amid the chaos. These doctors aren't just attendees. Their involvement could spark subtle subplots, like discussions on legacy in healthcare or personal reflections on Monica's influence. As a former chief of staff, the ceremony itself is set to be a highlight, with Jason stepping up to deliver a moving eulogy for his adoptive Mothra choice that feels profoundly fitting given their reconciled bond. Envision Jason, his voice steady yet laced with emotion, recounting Monica's unwavering support through his darkest days, from his brain injury aftermath to his dramatic returns from the presumed dead. Of course, other family members are poised to share their tributes as well, Tracy might deliver a fiery speech honoring Monica's strength, while Ned could focus on her business acumen and family leadership. But here's where things get intriguingly bizarre. Whispers suggest Carly Corinthos, Spencer might take the podium too, despite their infamous history of bad blood stemming from the AJ Quartermaine saga. This potential inclusion adds a layer of tension. Could it be a sign of growth for Carly, or a calculated move to stir the pot, inventing a fresh angle? Perhaps Carly's words reveal a secret olive branch Monica extended in recent months, softening their rivalry and surprising everyone in attendance. We'll have to tune in to see if this odd twist materializes, but it certainly amps up the soapy drama. Delving deeper into Jason's role, his eulogy makes perfect sense in the context of his tumultuous journey. Remember, Jason's life changed forever after that drunken driving accident caused by AJ, leading to brain damage and years of estrangement from the Quartermaines. His miraculous return from the dead about 18 months ago marked a turning point, with Jason gradually reintegrating into family life and even residing in the mansion again. This closeness with Monica has been a beacon of stability for him, making her death a profound loss that could propel Jason into new story arcs, perhaps involving deeper involvement in family affairs or protective instincts toward Danny. One burning question swirling in the leaks is whether Drew Kane Quartermaine will show up at the funeral. Technically, Monica isn't his biological mother. He's the twin brother Jason never knew, a product of Alan Quartermaine's affair and a later retcon addition to the family tree. Adopted out secretly and raised elsewhere, Drew only entered the picture as an adult, and his past actions, like attempting to demolish the Quartermaine crypt, haven't endeared him to the clan. Currently sidelined at General Hospital recovering from those brutal gunshot wounds to his back, Drew should be mobile by the time of the service. But would he dare crash the event? Adding an invented element, maybe Drew arrives uninvited, sparking a heated confrontation that exposes long-buried secrets about his true parentage, further complicating the family's grief, adding even more intrigue. Previous spoilers teased the arrival of soap legend Erika Slezak as Monica's previously unknown sister, a clever retcon that introduces biological family ties never before explored. Monica was adopted by Gale, and her bio-relatives remained a mystery until now. This new character bursts onto the scene at the funeral, armed with bold claims that could upend everything, tied to that mysterious letter Martin Gray discovered at Drew's place, which left him stunned and rushing to confront Monica only to be turned away. The sister's agenda seems poised to detonate. She'll assert rights to the entire Quartermaine estate, sprawling mansion, vast properties, and all assets, sending shockwaves through the room. Tracy, true to form, is expected to erupt in outrage, creating a scene that's pure soap opera gold. To expand creatively, perhaps the sister brings along faded photographs and old documents as proof, forcing the family to question Monica's hidden past and their own inheritances. Monica's death and the ensuing funeral aren't just about mourning. They're engineered to unleash a torrent of drama that's quintessentially soapy. The ripple effects from Danny's discovery extend to Brooklyn Quartermaine, compelling her to navigate her strained relationship with her mother, Lois Jurlo. Confirmed to return for Monica's farewell, Lewis's presence could lead to tense reunions, heartfelt apologies, or explosive arguments that force Brooklyn to confront unresolved issues. Layering in new details, maybe Lois shares untold stories of Monica's early days in Port Charles, adding emotional depth to the tributes. Meanwhile, other spoilers hint at marital strife for Brooklyn and Harrison Chase, exacerbated by his ongoing investigation into the Drew shooting. This probe might unearth clues that intersect with the funeral drama, pulling Chase away from supporting his wife at a critical time and straining their bond. Next, we will dive into the intriguing possibility of Nina Reeves finding a surprising new romantic spark that could ignite major fireworks in Port Charles. In the bustling world of Port Charles, where secrets simmer and alliances shift like shadows, recent developments have fans buzzing about Nina Reeves' potential new alliant, perhaps something more intimate. The latest spoilers from ABC's General Hospital suggest that a fresh face might be stepping into Nina's orbit, bringing with him a whirlwind of unexpected emotions and high-stakes drama. Picture this: a man with a mysterious past, ties to international intrigue, and a charm that's hard to resist. Could this be the start of a romance that's as unpredictable as it is passionate? As we unpack the episode from September 10th, it's clear the writers are planting seeds for what could blossom into a captivating storyline. Nina, ever the resilient editor with a knack for navigating turbulent waters, finds herself at a crossroads, and this new connection might just be the life linear the complication she never saw coming. With tensions already high among the town's elite, this pairing has the potential to reshape relationships and stir up jealousy in ways that keep viewers on the edge of their seats. Delving deeper into that pivotal episode, Jack Brennan emerges as the enigmatic figure reaching out to Nina with a proposition that's equal parts bold and calculated. Brennan, the suave operative with a history in covert operations, doesn't waste time on small talk. He summons Nina to his side, his eyes gleaming with determination as he lays out his plan. Nina, quick-witted as always, tosses in a sly remark about Brennan cozying up to someone who stands as a formidable foe to Carly Spencer, the hotel magnate whose influence looms large over Port Charles. But Brennan, unflappable and focused, brushes it aside like a minor distraction. He presses forward, revealing his true intent. He needs Nina's help in bridging a gap with Lulu Spencer. Specifically, he urges her to advocate for young Charlotte Casadini getting the chance to visit her father, Valentin Casadini, who's been entangled in his own web of scandals and disappearances. This isn't just a casual ask, it's a strategic move in a larger game, one that could mend fractured family ties or unravel them further. Brennan's plea adds layers to his character, showing a softer side beneath his tough exterior, perhaps hinting at personal stakes he hasn't fully disclosed. As Nina listens, the air thickens with unspoken possibilities, setting the stage for alliances that could either heal old wounds or create new ones. In the ever-dramatic tapestry of General Hospital, in return for Nina's cooperation, Brennan dangles a tantalizing offer that's sure to pique her interest. He alludes to the ongoing turmoil surrounding Drew Kane, the charismatic businessman whose life has been a roller coaster of legal battles and personal revelations. Brennan hints that both Nina and her daughter, Willow Tate, might soon find themselves in dire need of intervention from the World Security Bureau WSB, the shadowy organization Brennan represents. This isn't mere speculation, it's a promise wrapped in mystery, suggesting that Brennan has insider knowledge of impending threats, perhaps federal probes, or hidden enemies circling the pair. Imagine the scenario: Willow, the devoted teacher and mother grappling with her own health scares and family secrets, could be pulled into a vortex of accusations tied to Drew's dealings. Nina, protective and fierce, would do anything to shield her. Brennan's words linger like a lifeline, implying he could deploy WSB resources to deflect investigations or uncover evidence that clears their names. This exchange isn't just transactional, it crackles with chemistry, as Nina's guarded expressions soften ever so slightly under Brennan's persuasive gaze. The writers seem to be weaving a narrative thread here, one that could evolve from professional favor trading into something deeply personal, adding fuel to the fire of Port Charles' endless intrigues. As the storyline unfolds, there's growing speculation that this interaction could pave the way for a genuine romantic entanglement between Brennan and Nina. The General Hospital creative team has a history of crafting pairings that defy expectations, and this one feels ripe with potential. After Nina lends her support to Brennan's cause, perhaps by having a heart-to-heart with Lulu about Charlotte's emotional niche, might feel compelled to return the favor in a big way. Envision a future episode where crisis strikes. Maybe Willow faces arrest over fabricated charges linked to Drew's political ambitions, or Nina gets ensnared in a corporate scandal at Crimson Magazine. Just when all seems lost, Brennan swoops in like a knight in tailored armor, leveraging his WSB connections to orchestrate a dramatic rescue. He could pull strings to suppress evidence, negotiate with authorities, or even expose a hidden adversary pulling the strings from afar. Such heroism wouldn't go unnoticed. Nina, touched by his loyalty, might find herself drawn to his strength and vulnerability. We've seen Nina's heart lead her into complicated romances before, and Brennan's worldly experience could provide the perfect contrast to her fiery personality. This setup isn't accidental, it's a deliberate tease, building anticipation for sparks that could light up the screen and complicate the lives of everyone involved. Yet, we can't ignore the storm clouds gathering over Brennan's current romantic entanglements, which add another layer of intrigue to this potential matchup. His budding relationship with Carly Spencer, the resilient powerhouse who's no stranger to heartbreak, is teetering on the brink of collapse. The trouble stems from a reckless decision Brennan made, involving Carly's daughter, Jocelyn Jacks, in a high-risk WSB mission that took them to the treacherous shores of Croatia. Jocelyn, the spirited college student with a fierce sense of justice, narrowly escaped danger, But the incident has left scars both literal and emotional. Carly, protective to her core, will inevitably discover the truth, perhaps through a heated confrontation or a leaked report. When she does, the fallout will be explosive. Expect tears, accusations, and a definitive end to their affair. Brennan, left reeling from the rejection, will need time to mend his wounded pride and heart. Enter Nina, single and ready for a fresh chapter after her own string of tumultuous relationships. The timing feels almost fated, as if the writers are aligning the stars for a rebound romance that's equal parts healing and chaotic. Port Charles thrives on such twists, and this could be the catalyst for new rivalries, especially given Nina's history of clashing with Carly over men and more. Adding to the allure is Nina's pattern of being attracted to men who've crossed paths with Carly, creating a delicious undercurrent of rivalry and forbidden desire. Remember her passionate history with Sonny Corinthos, Carly's ex-husband, which led to epic confrontations and emotional upheavals, or the lingering tensions from other shared interests. Brennan fits this mold perfectly, a charismatic outsider who's already tangled with Carly's world. As the Jarly romance crumbles in a blaze of betrayal, Nina might find herself inexplicably pulled toward Brennan's orbit. Perhaps it starts innocently, a thank you dinner that lingers too long, shared confidences over late-night drinks at the Metro Court, or collaborative efforts to protect their loved ones from emerging threats. But beneath it all simmers a potent attraction, fueled by mutual respect and the thrill of the unknown. Fans are already theorizing about steamy encounters, jealous glares from Carly, and how this could ripple through the Spencer and Casadini families. Will it be a fleeting fling, a passionate affair that burns bright and fast, or the foundation of something lasting? The show's history suggests it could go either way, but one thing's certain: it promises hot drama that keeps us glued to our screens. Next, we will explore the explosive fallout as Dr. Liesl Obrecht grapples with her daughter Britt Westburn's shocking return from the dead, unleashing a storm of maternal rage that could shake the foundations of Port Charles. In the heart of Port Charles' bustling medical hub, where miracles and heartbreaks collide daily, the recent resurrection of Dr. Britt Westburn has sent shockwaves through her family, none more profoundly than her formidable mother, Dr. Liesl Obrecht. Fans will recall that dramatic moment when Britt strolled back into General Hospital, as if emerging from a long-forgotten dream, her presence alone enough to floor Obrecht in a dramatic faint that echoed through the corridors. That initial collapse was merely the prelude to a much deeper emotional upheaval. Obrecht, the resilient surgeon with a history of outsmarting foes and enduring personal tragedies, had to be revived with quick-thinking medical intervention, perhaps a dash of smelling salts, and a concerned colleague's steady hand. But as the fog of disbelief lifted, the reality hit her like a freight train. Her daughter, whom she believed lost forever, had orchestrated an elaborate fake death without so much as a whisper of warning. This betrayal isn't just a plot twist. It's a dagger to the soul of a woman who's faced down international manhunts and devastating losses. Imagine Obrecht in those dark days post-death, wandering the sterile halls of the hospital, her eyes hollow with grief, clutching mementos of Britt's life via faded photo, a cherished locket while whispering prayers in her native German. She might have even organized a private memorial, inviting close allies like Nina Reeves to share in her sorrow, all while plotting shadowy vendettas against imagined culprits like the Casadinis, or rogue agents from her past. Now, with Britt alive and unapologetic, Obrecht's world has tilted on its axis, transforming her from a grieving parent into a force of unbridled fury, ready to confront the deception that shattered her heart. As Obrecht processes this monumental revelation, her journey through the stages of grief loops back with ferocious intensity to pure, unfiltered anger, promising a confrontation that's bound to be legendary in General Hospital lore. This isn't the everyday frustration of a missed call or a family spat. It's the raw agony of a mother who endured the full spectrum of mourning nights, spent in tearful denial, bargaining with fate for just one more moment with her child, and plunging into depths of depression that tested her iron will. Obrecht, known for her dramatic flair and unyielding spirit, has survived ordeals that would break lesser souls, evading global authorities, after her involvement in bioterror schemes, losing romantic partners to the chaotic underbelly of Port Charles, like the untimely demise of Caesar Faison, and single-handedly raising Britt amidst constant threats. Yet, nothing compares to the sting of realizing her own flesh and blood chose to let her suffer in ignorance. Perhaps in those mournful weeks, Obrecht channeled her pain into hyper-focused work at the hospital, performing surgeries with a precision born of distraction, or even confiding in unlikely friends like Scott Baldwin about her regrets as a parent. She might have blamed herself endlessly, replaying every argument, every moment she pushed Britt too hard in her medical career. Now, that self-doubt morphs into righteous indignation, a special brand of betrayal that pierces the core of their bond. Britt likely assumed the fainting spell was the peak of the drama, a momentary glitch in her mother's system. But it's merely the calm before the tempest. Obrick's recovery signals the ignition of a wrath that's been building like pressure in a volcano, drawing from her German heritage of stoic resilience mixed with explosive passion, setting the stage for a reckoning that will redefine their relationship. The impending clash between Obrick and Britt is poised to be a spectacle of epic proportions, blending maternal disappointment with the fiery temperament that's made Liesel a fan favorite. We've witnessed Obrick's anger in various forms, her sharp-tongued barbs at enemies like Anna Devane, or her calculated schemes against those who cross her, but this personal affront elevates it to new heights, tapping into the primal instincts of a protective mother bear defending her cub, even if that cub is now a grown woman. Envision this scene. Obrick, her posture rigid with emotion, corners Britt in a bustling wing of the hospital, her voice rising in a torrent of accusations laced with dramatic hand gestures that could conduct an orchestra of outrage. She might slip into rapid-fire German phrases, invoking ancestral proverbs about family loyalty and trust, or deliver cutting one-liners that expose the raw hurt beneath her tough exterior, like questioning how Britt could let her endure such needless torment, inventing new layers to this drama. Perhaps Obrick reveals she even consulted a psychic medium in her desperation, seeking closure from the beyond, only to feel doubly fooled now. Britt, the pragmatic oncologist with her own history of moral gray areas, will undoubtedly attempt to defend her choices, spinning a tale of necessity. Maybe she faked her death to escape a deadly threat from a forgotten foe, like Peter August's lingering network, or to safeguard Obrick from becoming a target in a web of espionage tied to her past. She could argue it was an act of love, protecting her mother from the dangers of involvement, perhaps even involving a secret alliance with WSB agents to stage the ruse convincingly. But in the heat of the moment, Obrick won't be swayed by logic. All she'll register is the profound lack of trust, a wound that aches more than any physical scar from her adventurous life, including that time she was shot during a hospital siege. This mother-daughter showdown won't be confined to whispers behind closed doors. It's destined to erupt in the very public arena of General Hospital, turning the facility into a theater of family chaos that draws in unsuspecting bystanders. Forget a quiet office or a secluded park bench. Obrick-style demands an audience, ensuring the confrontation unfolds amid the beeps of monitors and the shuffle of nurses in the main lobby, or perhaps the ICU waiting area, where emotions already run high. Picture Austin Holt, the empathetic doctor with his own family skeletons, stepping in as a would-be peacemaker, only to get caught in the crossfire of Obrick's verbal volleys, regretting his chivalry as he dodges accusations of enabling Britt's secrecy. Maxie Jones, Britt's loyal friend and fashion entrepreneur, might rush to the scene with intentions of diffusing the tension, perhaps offering platitudes about forgiveness, but her efforts could backfire spectacularly, escalating the drama as Obrick turns her ire on anyone defending her daughter. The entire staff, from wide-eyed interns to seasoned veterans, like Epiphany Johnson, will find themselves unwitting spectators to this raw display of familial strife, whispering in the background about the legendary Obrick temper, adding inventive flair. Maybe a patient in a nearby room overhears and chimes in with unsolicited advice, or a visiting dignitary like Mayor Laura Collins gets inadvertently involved, turning the meltdown into a citywide gossip mill. The air will crackle with tension, blending tears, shouts, and perhaps even a dramatic slap or two, making it a must-watch event that highlights the soap's knack for blending personal vendettas with public spectacle. Beyond the immediate fireworks, the true intrigue lies in the lingering repercussions of this betrayal, as Obrick and Britt navigate the treacherous path toward possible reconciliation. Amid deep-seated trust issues, forgiveness might come eventually after all. Obrick's love for her daughter runs as deep as the Rhine River, but it won't be swift or simple, leaving scars that influence their every interaction. How does one mend a bond fractured by such a profound lie? Obrick could impose new rules, like mandatory daily check-ins or shared location tracking on their phones, born from the paranoia of reliving that grief. Every time Britt mentions a trip out of town for a medical conference, Obrick might spiral into suspicion, imagining worst-case scenarios involving hidden enemies or another staged disappearance. A missed phone call could trigger flashbacks to those agonizing days of mourning, prompting frantic searches or even enlisting friends like Nina to track Britt down. Inventing further details, perhaps Obrecht starts attending therapy sessions at the hospital, dragging Britt along for joint counseling with a specialist like Kevin Collins, where buried resentments surface about their complicated past, including Britt's criminal history with embryo theft. The aftermath might also ripple outward, affecting Britt's relationship, strain her budding romance with Cody Bell, or complicating her professional standing as colleagues question her reliability. For Obrecht, this could spark a personal renaissance, channeling her energy into new pursuits like mentoring young doctors or reigniting old flames, but always with that undercurrent of wariness. In the end, this storyline underscores General Hospital's mastery of emotional depth, reminding us that in Port Charles, death is never final, but trust, once broken, requires Herculean effort to rebuild.